Happy Halloween, everybody. This is Beach Bum with the Tropical Zone Report. It is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. I hope everybody's having a great day. All right, let's get down to business here. First off, today from the NHC, National Hurricane Center, we have 3 possible disturbances. This one here, it's got a 20% chance. Don't believe it's going to affect the U.S. at all. Anyway, here's are the 2 we really need to focus on. This one here is from the GFS, and it's got a 10% chance of a cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. And this one here is from the other 3 models, the Euro, the CMC Canadian, and Icon German model. Alright, so now from what this is going to show, let's move over to this map here. The GFS has a system. As you see, here is the low here. There you go. It's going to move up this way, and somewhere, like I said, it's going to move northwest. It's going to get south of the Bahamas and turn into probably about a tropical depression, tropical storm, and then just go under Florida and come into the Gulf. I'll show you those little models here in just a few minutes. The rest of the models show formation down here. As you can see, rain all the way from Belize, Nicaragua, Panama. This is where we're looking. I believe we're going to get the formation from. But right now, in the short run, what we need to worry about today is the possible flood threats from this rain that's down there in the Caribbean. As you can see, Jamaica, South Cuba, Turks and Caicos, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, y'all should be all in action mode. You're getting ready to get a lot of rain. Those rivers are going to get dangerous, so everybody please get prepared. Be ready. If you know anyone down that way that may not know all this is coming, share it with them. Let them know. That way they can get prepared and maybe we save a life. Now, this is what the models have showed today. The GFS shows we're going to have hurricane development. The Euro shows a tropical depression, possibly a tropical storm. CMC, a hurricane. The Icon, a hurricane. And if you think back for the past 7 to 10 days on these videos, the Icon has not been showing any development on anything, just a lot of rain. And now it's starting to catch up with the other ones. And when we start seeing everything's agreeing, that's when we really have to start watching closely. Alright, before we get into more, let's go take a look at the projected forecast. The GFS, as we said earlier, and I showed y'all, is right back here, that low. It's moving this way around the Bahamas, somewhere north of Haiti, south of the Bahamas. It is supposed to turn into a tropical storm, skirt under Florida, and come into the Gulf as a hurricane. Now, before we go on any further, the waters down here in the Caribbean are very, very hot. Good fuel to make a storm. The waters here in the Gulf are cooling down. So, between the cooling waters here in the Gulf, the wind shear coming into the Gulf, let's just hope that just rips and tears this storm completely apart. I know this looks scary. This is also still over a week out. So it's just watch mode. It's not action mode. It's not prepare mode. It is watch mode. Just something we need to keep an eye on. The Canadian model, as we see here, there's the low. It's going to come up north of Honduras and become a tropical storm, and then make landfall around Belize as a hurricane. The Icon model, which is a little closer to what I think is going to happen. I honestly think the Euro is going to happen a little bit more from the cooler waters and the wind shear. But here you go, the icon. It shows the tropical system starting to form, and it gets formed around just south of the Cayman Islands, and then scoots up in between here and into the Gulf. Now the Euro, all we see is a tropical depression. It may get to a tropical storm, but it's going to do pretty much the same direction as the icon and come up between Mexico and the Cayman Islands and come into the Gulf. Now, let's take a look at the full runs of these models, and then I'll leave y'all alone for the rest of the day. Here we have the GFS model. It runs 384 hours out. Now remember, like I was saying, these models all show this system forming well into next week. That's a lot of time out. The waters are cooling. We have wind shear. So what these models say isn't necessarily what's going to happen. It's just the best guesses for now. So let's go ahead and do this. And there we see it come out the other side there in Florida. Now, what this model is also showing is when it broke off and went into Florida, under Florida, it kind of broke off and tailed off another low going north. I don't believe this is going to happen at all, but at this point, we're 198 hours from today. So, yeah, this is probably not going to happen. And here's November 13th. And at this point, you're so far off, you can't really go by it. Okay, that was the GFS model. For some reason this year, this GFS model has wanted to be kind of a scary model. And that's kind of what it showed there, was being a scary model. But don't put your faith in it. I don't believe any of that's going to happen. Alright, let's take a look at the CMC. This model runs 240 hours out. As we see down here, here's the low developing. And as showed, there's a tropical storm, there's a hurricane, and it's starting to go into Belize a little bit, and then comes up into the Gulf. But again, this is November 8th. This now November 9th. This is 10 days out. A lot of things can change. Alright, let's go to the icon model. This model runs 180 hours out. And here we see it. The icon has not been showing this over the past few days. And there it is trying to form. And we are at a tropical depression. Tropical storm. We are at hurricane status. And here is November 6th, 7th. And November 8th, it is in the Gulf. Again, this is 9 days out. This may not happen. As I said before, as it comes up through here, it's entering a lot of wind shear and it's entering cooler water. So we really hope that just tears everything apart. And now finally for the last one, we got the Euro. And it runs 360 hours out. And here we see the tropical depression forming. And as we see, as it comes into the Gulf, it stays a tropical depression, maybe not even that, as it comes on the land. Again, that's November 9th when it just made landfall. That's 10 days out. So, this is kind of the best scenario, really, because it stays a very low tropical depression. But again, as it stays a tropical depression and it comes into the Gulf, it could be ripped to shreds. We'll finish the model out here. And I really kind of hope that this is going to be the last system we're calling for this hurricane season. Excuse me there. It'd be really nice if that's just the last one. So, to wrap up things, we got to watch the flood threat down here in the Caribbean. They're going to have a bad one. The models are calling for development, but how strong, where at, we really don't know right now. Just keep checking back, and we'll keep you updated. When we know something, you'll know something. So until then, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day.